I don't have any idea how successful this demonstration will be, but I've got three uh, three old valves from a standard action. I believe that these are single valve, and these are from double valve. Unfortunately, I didn't have any double valve originals to demonstrate, but I found it kind of interesting as I was going through these in regards to the wobble, that if I took these and just very gently move them back and forth, you can see the wobble in that one. And the wobble in that one. And the wobble in that one. And you can see that this one right here has a lot of wobble in it. I don't know if I can, how much I can zoom in here before it goes out of focus. About there. Looks about. I'm trying to, so I want you to see, is right here. And you can see that this is actually lifting away from the backing plate. And of course, if I compress the felt, kind of hard to see. You see that this also turns really, really easily. But if I compress the felt, I can actually see light through where the little piece of leather is here, the tan pneumatic leather. But this one has, you can even feel it. I mean, you can feel all three of these pieces. All three of these pieces here, the leather and the felt and the plate, you can actually feel those moving independently. Whereas with this one right here, even though it has a little bit of wobble, the three pieces seem to be almost like one. And when I go to try to turn it, it certainly doesn't turn easily. I mean, I can rotate it. But I can feel drag as I'm rotating it. On this one right here, it turns much, much easier. And even though the wobble on this one is about twice as much as the wobble on this one, I hope you can see this. Whereas this one right here, the one that was really loose, I mean, it's got a tremendous amount of wobble in it. So those are the three originals. Then I had these. These were from various years in the past. You can tell by these pieces right here. These are things that were sold by Player Piano Company. I imagine that it was in the effort to find a way to make an airtight seal between the stem and the facing. And I noticed right off that these have a fair amount of wobble in them. And then there's this other type that they had with these orange washers, And this one right here, this has no wobble at all, even though it doesn't look like that washer is compressed very much. In fact, I mean, I can press this up, and you can see that when I press it up, there's actually air space underneath the plate. So you wouldn't think that it's all that tight, and yet, I mean, and I can turn it so there is some drag there, but there's almost no wobble in this at all. Also, I mean, as probably many other technicians experienced over the years, one of the problems with these patent type leather synthetic facings, I don't know if you can see this, but I mean, it's gotten all warped out of shape all by itself over time. I have a couple other ones with a different type of facing. Here again, this is using the same type of material, synthetic material, and this one has virtually no wobble at all. And this one right here has virtually no wobble at all. So the problem with these, and probably why they were just thrown in my bin, is that they didn't work in the piano, and so they were taken back out. These are the original facings, and there was another conversation that was going on in the digest about about these facings. Quite honestly, these facings look really good. In fact, you know, hindsight being 20/20, you know, had I known as much as I know these days about valves, and looking at these valve facings and seeing how they feel, I mean, the leather is still supple and smooth. There's no flakiness at all to it. There's a little bit of curling at the edge, but of course I made up this little jig right here, and you can see that that would fit right on there. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this. This is a little tester that I've made up for testing the valves, because what I'm going to test is I want to find out how much difference there is in the leakage between one that wobbles like this, okay, which is the one that wobbles a lot, the one that wobbles a medium amount, and the one that wobbles very little. And I'm curious to find out how much of a difference in leakage there is between these three types, but we'll do that in another video. Of course, it would have been good if I had been in frame,